Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Frida, and I'm very honored to be here this morning and participate at this World Export Development Forum this morning. I understand that we are here to together gain valuable insights from our speakers about financing trades between emerging markets. And before I start with the discussion, I would like to invite the speakers to accompany me on stage. I would like to call Ms. Lakshmi Venkatachalam, the Vice President, Private Sector and Co-Financing Operations of Asian Development Bank. I also would like to invite Mr. Nazim Nurdali, General Manager, Corporate and Structured Finance from International Islamic Trade Finance Corporation, Islamic Development Bank. I also would like to invite Mr. Suharsono, the Managing Director of Indonesia Exim Bank, and Mr. Rene Awamberg, Group Head, Regional Business and Commodity Finance from EcoBank, UK. Also Mr. Felix Adahi Bigpo, the CEO of African Guarantee Fund from Kenya, and Mr. Andre Soma, Executive Chairman, ACE Global Switzerland. Ladies and gentlemen, please give these speakers your warmest welcome this morning. Okay. When I first came across the topic, I was instantly reminded of the meeting or a meeting that I had with an old friend in a couple of weeks ago. We were just catching up, and he shared to me the business that he was doing, which is exporting abalone. I would just like to share this because I see this as interesting, and as he was telling me how fun this business is, because it includes a lot of fishing, of course, in open seas for abalone. I'm sure you guys know what abalone is. I couldn't stop wondering why he kept on telling me that his main export destination is Hong Kong. As we know, the people who love abalone live mainly in China. And I was asking him, why aren't you selling directly to China? Because there got to be more Chinese living in China than other places. And his answer leads to the very challenges that we are going to discuss this morning, which is financing trades for small and medium enterprises. He said it's impossible for him to sell to China because the Chinese don't want to do business with him directly. It has to go through Hong Kong or Singaporean partners. We see that even among small, medium enterprises in Asia, there need to be a third party for the deal to take place. And today we have some speakers from representing Africa and also Asia, and we will discuss about the business of small and medium enterprises that take place between Asian and African small, medium enterprises. And just as Indonesia is importing about $3 billion worth of cotton per year from Africa through third parties, the need for direct linkages is real. Is this supposedly correct? Can you hear me? Could you hear me earlier? Yes. Okay. As I was saying, the need for direct linkage is real, and thus also the need for a secure financial system to firstly establish trust that will be the base for those linkages to be real. And as we see the shift in global power away from US and also Europe, developing and emerging countries rely more and more on each other. And we also witness how the current economic crisis is not too conducive to the business development of SMEs or small medium enterprises, because it increases their risk profile and making access to finance even more difficult, and of course the cost to finance even higher. Banks, large banks, they tend to prioritize lending to large companies because there are higher risks and also high transaction and monitoring costs of small medium enterprise lending activities. And this morning we will try to answer a few questions relating to this issue, which is how do we finance trades between medium enterprises, which is the backbone of the country's economy. It is the backbone of Indonesian economy, and I'm sure it is also the backbone of African economies and other developing countries' economies. It is important because so that they can trade directly with the buyer or seller of their products. What are the key elements also that are necessary to finance trade of commodities and also manufactured goods between those emerging markets and developing countries? What are the roles of financial institutions such as development banks? We will hear that from Ibu Laksmi, Madam Laksmi, and also what is the role of Islamic financing institutions, Exim banks, and also guarantee facilities. Which speakers are here and ready to share their stories with us? They will try to address those questions in the following discussion, as well as share also some success stories in financing inter and intra-regional trade by using innovative trade finance initiatives. And I would like to start the discussion with Ms. Lakshmi Venkata Chalam, the Vice President and Private Sector and Co-Financing Operations of Asian Development. Ms. Lakshmi would love to share with us a 10-minute presentation, and then we will continue on with questions and answers, and I would like to invite everyone on the floor to also ask questions. We hope that this discussion will be interactive and relaxed. To Ms. Lakshmi.